Right, I'm like one of the world's biggest George Michael fans, so I'm familiar with Hampstead Heath. So this is where we are.
Hold on a second. What sort of tour is this?
But,
Hold on a second.
But yeah, you've got a little story. Hampstead Heath bylaws.
Yeah, well, within this side of Hampstead Heath, started to be a series of sexual assaults
Right.
on young women, mainly young women, students, etc. Two local men both went to school together.
John Duffy. Ah, right, was it here?
And David Mulcahy.
Yeah.
Now, they would just jump from behind trees. It started off very mild, but eventually it led to sexual assault, and unfortunately, it eventually
He's still inside for that, isn't he?
rape. Yeah, it led to full-on rapes.
Yeah.
That spread around the Hampstead area, but it also went further afield as well.
Just these two people?
Yeah. And what happened was they
what time period?
80s.
early 20s, 200s, was it? Sure.
No, it was the 80s.
No, it was more. No.
John Duffy was the
I'll tell you what
80s.
it was. I'll tell you exactly what it was. And anyway, unfortunately, this was it was the 80s. I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
It was the 80s. Well, what happened was they Mulcahy killed. He thought that one of the victims had seen him and he strangled with an item of her clothing, and it was almost like I've killed one, you know, kind of attitude. And so eventually John Duffy did. The case went on forever and ever. The police were very, very frustrated. Eventually, it's such a long story. As I say, I encourage you to look at.
Do you remember it when it was going on and everything?
Yeah,
And
my wife came face to face almost
Jesus.
with John Duffy at Gospel Oak Station.
Isn't he doing life with no paroles? I'm sure he is.
He should be if he's not.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. You know.
Eventually, I mean, I'll give you the total. I'll give you the total. Duffy was convicted of 5 rapes and 2 murders. Mulcahy was 7 rapes, 5 conspiracies to rape and 3 murders. But I reckon it could be anything up to 20 rapes, because not everybody came forward, unfortunately. But there is such a, let's say he was very sadistic, John Duffy. He got caught, he eventually got caught. But he'd done about 10 years, and Mulcahy had never been caught. And one day, a woman working within the prison was talking to Duffy, and he basically said, you know, my accomplice has never been caught. He's never been caught. And she said, oh, well, where's he? She obviously alerted the police. They went back, they followed Mulcahy. When they raided his house, they found a cassette tape, Thriller, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
One of the victims had said that they passed her in the car and they played it loud, and they had the cheek to say, would you like to live? After they'd already assaulted her. But she remembered that. That was enough for the police to arrest Mulcahy.
Yeah.
And for the first time, the best mates were now opposing each other in the court. And consequently, he got done for another murder.
Right.
Duffy, because he hadn't been charged with that.
I mean, was there any in this park?
Yes, it started here. It started.
So he was literally jumping out from trees.
They were jumping out barges. It was all a bit of a laugh. Sometimes they put masks on. No, just masks. It was, you know, childish stuff.
Yeah.
But it progressed. So it then became sexual assaults, and eventually it became rape. And say they were called the railway rapists.
Yeah.
And then that became the railway murderers.
Right.
And it was horrible, Randy. It was really horrible. My wife was at Gospel Oak Station with my oldest girl, was only about that big at the time. And she described seeing a man on the other side with these mad eyes. It was only a long time afterwards. And she said to me, Frank, that's the man that was.
Jesus.
But it was horrible, Randy. Horrible atmosphere around here.
And the Hampstead Heath men's toilets is down there? No, obviously that's kind of.
It's just down there on the left hand side.
Right, and obviously.
It's got on. If you go in the cubicle, the second one in, it says George loves Frank on there.
I can't see that.
We've got to. I volunteered to paint it, don't worry.